What is going on, beautiful people? I hope you are having a fantastic day. Welcome back to another episode of the Thrive Forever Fit Show. As always, I'm grateful for you. I'm pumped that you're here. And the fact that you spend your time listening to me rant and rave is unbelievably amazing to me. And I couldn't be more grateful for it. Secondarily, this podcast is sponsored by a brand new product that I have just released to the market. It's called Elite Collagen. If you're not taking a collagen product, then you just don't care about your healthy skin, your healthy hair, your healthy nails, your joints, your cardiovascular health, just your overall body wellness. Collagen is an amazing product that is going to help with everything. And listen, I mean, you're exposed to a lot of elements. Why not internally fortify your system with a beautiful collagen? But here's the situation. Some of you guys are, no, hey, bud, I'm already taking a collagen. Appreciate you. Got you. I got bad news. The problem is this. Most collagen powders are just that. They're powdered collagens, and they're made from bovine, which is cows, or porcine, which is pig's skin. Have you ever seen a cow's skin or a pig's skin? Some of them are plant-derived. We won't even get into those. The collagen, it's not even really a collagen product. It's a makeup of stuff that tries to become collagen. But if you're taking a collagen powder, one of those big, hefty collagen, gross, chalky, whatever it is, just know that it's coming from skin of cows and pigs. And of course, they wash them. But if you've ever been at a pig farm or a cow farm, not the most savory of things. My collagen is a marine-based collagen. And here's the big thing. Forget all the other shit I've already said. Here's the differentiation between mine and the one you're already taking. Mine is half a tablespoon every day. It's a delicious chocolate mint flavor. And here's the big stuff. Here's the real deal. Here's what nobody's telling you. The powdered collagens get broken down inside of the gastrointestinal stomach, inside of the stomach. That's not where collagen gets absorbed. Collagen actually gets absorbed and has a higher efficacious benefit if it's absorbed in the small intestine. Well, see, mine passes through the stomach based on a beautiful collection of polymers and a collection of these peptides. If you heard that, that's just Rudy taking a sneeze. He likes to be introduced in some of these podcasts, and I didn't give him a proper shout out. But my collagen actually passes through the stomach and gets digested inside of the small intestine, which is where all the magic happens. Your powdered product's not even making it there. So you're getting very minimal, if any, efficacious effects from drinking that chalky, gross tasting powder product. So if you're interested, just go to thriveforeverfit.com, go to my store. You'll see Elite Collagen on there. You can pop me a note. I'll give you all the details. It is unbelievably amazing. I've been taking it for a while because I've been testing it and creating it and everything. Guys, it is revolutionary and it is unbelievable. I can't wait for you to try it. Elite Collagen. Go grab yourself some today. Take care of your skin. Today is all about setting you up for massive success. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to reprogram your brain. We're actually going to shift your default setting. What the hell is a default setting, Jay? I get it. I hear you. All your default setting is this. It's your immediate thought or your immediate action or reaction when you're presented with a new idea, when you're presented with a new challenge, when you're presented with a new stimulus, when you're presented with anything that challenges your existing belief system, you have a default setting. And that default setting is how you respond, how you think, your immediate internal visceral reaction that you have to it. Most of us have a default setting of overwhelm. And this is natural. I get it. I totally understand why right now in this day and age, your default setting has been reprogrammed to overwhelm. The last 2 years have been anything less than chaotic. Anything less than chaotic, anything more. You know what I'm talking about. They have been chaotic. They've been crazy. Every new thing was something, that can't be, right? So I understand how new things now have a new meaning to you, and that new meaning is overwhelm. And so anytime, even if it's something that's going to be beneficial for you, even if it's something that's going to be fantastic for you, your initial reaction, your go-to, your default setting is to be overwhelmed before you have any other thoughts or reactions to it. You don't even really have all the data. You don't even really have all the information, but you're presented with this new thing and you immediately say, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. Oh my God, that's going to be such a struggle. Oh my gosh, that's going to be such a challenge for me. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about the language you're using to identify on who you are and why that's important. But here's the goal of today. Today, I want to shift that default setting from overwhelmed to opportunity. And that's not far. There's not far between those two things, because sometimes, often, 90% of the time, a new stimuli, a new stimulus is presented to you and it creates a little bit of stress. Stress is not always a bad thing. Oftentimes, stress is used to create success. And the way it's done is by viewing things as an opportunity. Because what stress will do is stress will actually focus you. Stress will actually laser you in on the things you need to do. But what happens when overwhelm is our default setting, we allow the stress to create anxiety. We allow the stress to create chaos. We allow that stress to create isolation. And that's never going to get you from point A to point B. It's actually going to keep you stuck and not progressing and not moving forward. And so what we have to do today is we have to shift your default setting from overwhelm to opportunity. How are we going to do that? We're going to start with the language that you're using to describe yourself, the identity that you currently have about yourself. Are you someone who uses this phrase? Blank is hard for me. Blank is a struggle for me. Blank is challenging for me. This could be anything. I have clients who say, getting out of bed in the morning is hard for me. I have clients who say, losing weight is a struggle for me. I have clients who say, insert whatever it is challenging for me. Eating healthy is challenging for me. That is how they identify. But if we break those things down, getting out of bed, losing weight, eating healthy, moving your body, they're really not hard events, right? You've just created a habit or a standard around those events that you identify as your default setting as it being overwhelmingly challenging. So if you're someone, for example, who says losing weight is hard for me, guess what? Losing weight will continue to be hard for you because you identify as someone who has to struggle in order to have success. So what we're going to do today is we're going to shift that languaging. We're going to shift that default setting to opportunity. And what that's going to do for us is it's going to allow us to remove the complexity that you've associated and attached to losing weight, to being successful, to making money, to having beautiful relationships, to whatever it is that you want in life. If you identify as someone who has to struggle to win, you're going to always struggle to win, because when it's easy, when it's freely, when it comes to you naturally, guess what you do? You create problems. You create obstacles. You create overwhelm. You convince yourself this is too good to be true. You convince yourself that you have to have a problem in order for this to be worth it. And that keeps you stuck. You create complexity around things that don't need complexity. You create this problematic formula that has to be solved around a situation or an issue that is so basic that if you looked at it as an opportunity instead of an overwhelming obstacle, it'd be so easy to achieve. So it starts first and foremost with how you identify. If you're someone who's using that language, struggle, hard, challenge, overwhelm, then you've got to shift that. How do you do that, right? It's through repetition. It's through positive reps using more positive, proactive language. When you find yourself saying, oh, it's such a struggle for me to lose weight, you have to shift that perspective. And so you can even say this, you can say, listen, it has been in the past a struggle for me to lose weight, but now I'm going to focus on the basics. I've got a formula, I've got a process, I've got a program that is going to work for me, and weight loss is going to come to me easily and freely. And you've got to convince yourself of that. You've got to believe that to be true. And if you will do that, you will be able to see new things as opportunities, even challenges. All a challenge is All the challenge is an unanswered question. And all an unanswered question is an opportunity for when you do get that answer, for now you to become more knowledgeable, more efficient, more effective, have new tools, have new skills, and now you can overcome anything that gets in your way because you've enhanced your knowledge. So if you look at obstacles as opportunities, obstacles as unanswered questions, it removes the overwhelm, because all you have to do is ask the right questions of the right people. One of those people being yourself, right? Because that overwhelm is this. It's a limiting false belief. It is a belief that you've created. You've created a belief that blank has to be hard for you. And I understand. Listen, I get where you are in the world, in the complexity of the world right now. Because for the last several years, everything that's been presented to you has been a situation of, you have got to be kidding. What the blank, right? And so I understand. But what you can also do is reprogram your brain to know that those are just false and limiting beliefs. And if you can shift those false and limiting beliefs to more powerful, positive beliefs, opportunity versus overwhelm, right? Struggle and hard versus easily and freely, everything will shift for you. Everything starts with a thought. Then that thought leads to like a spoken word. That spoken word and that thought combined lead to the actions that you take. If your thoughts and your words and your actions have to be surrounded with complexity and struggle and overwhelm, can you imagine how long it's going to take you to get a basic task done? Maybe forever. And maybe that's why most of you or some of you are stuck where you're stuck right now, is because your default setting of overwhelm is keeping you in that place. I get new clients all the time, and we'll give them just the introduction into, hey, this is what the Thrive Forever Fit program looks like, right? Don't do anything. I think the second sentence of my program guide is, do not get overwhelmed. Do not try to do everything today. But that's the human brain. We look at that and we're like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do this. When in actuality, it's one of the most simple processes and programs that you'll ever find, right? And it doesn't require complexity. It doesn't require an abacus. It doesn't require one of those graphing calculators that we used to have to use in high school back in the 70s and 80s and the early 90s, right? I don't even know if they still use that crap or not. It doesn't require that. What it requires is for you to look at this as an opportunity. And this is everything, right? This is no matter what it is. This is a new job. This is a new relationship. This is a new opportunity to make more money. This is a new workout program. It's whatever it is. If your default setting is automatically to see that as an overwhelming challenge, then guess what? The likelihood of you winning is decreased exponentially. But if you look at it as an opportunity and understand that opportunity does not mean without challenge. Opportunity does not mean without adversity. But if you shift what a challenge and adversity is to simply being an unanswered question, then you've got an opportunity. See, I just use that word so naturally. You've got an opportunity to overcome and get better and evolve and grow and expand. And when you do that, new challenges aren't so scary, aren't so overwhelming, because you've simply changed the way you see things. You are not someone who has to struggle. Life does not have to be hard. Life will come to you easily and freely when you get into alignment. And again, easily and freely does not mean without obstacle. But what you're going to do is you're going to become a master at overcoming obstacles. And then once you become a master at overcoming obstacles, those obstacles become opportunities. And then you look at them very differently. Think about those two words. If you just look at the word overwhelm and you look at the word opportunity, the thoughts that come with each word are vastly different. The emotions that are elicited inside of you with those words are vastly different. And guess what? The outcome and the path and the journey is vastly different. But you have to I'm begging you, change your default setting. Start to look at everything as an opportunity. And that will diminish the overwhelm. It won't happen overnight. You're going to have to put in the reps. That's why I said it's not going to come without obstacle. It's not going to come without stuff you need to do. And you have to stop identifying as someone who has to struggle. Ask yourself this question: what would my life look like? What would my life, I can't even speak. What would my life look like if I didn't have to struggle to win? What would my life look like if things didn't have to be hard for me? What would it look like? For some of you, you're like, I have no idea. I've always struggled. It's always been hard for me. Here's the truth: it doesn't have to be. You've created those belief systems. You've created the belief that you have to struggle. And there's good news in that, because you created that belief, which means you can create a new, more positive, powerful belief. And so the strategies that I would give you to do this is, first of all, the awareness of the language that you're using. Are you using disempowering language like, this is a struggle for me, this is hard for me, this is overwhelming for me? If you're using that kind of language, that's the first place you have to shift. You have to remove that language from your vocabulary. Will it be easy? No. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. And you're only going to be able to do that through repetitious nature. I'm starting to say reps, which is right? You got to put in the reps. You got to put in the actions to get the results that you want. It's like everything in life. Nothing is going to come to you without you taking those actions. But if you will take the actions and you'll start to change your language, start to just change those thoughts, then life will become easy. Life will become free. You will have this sense of freedom and abundance and awesomeness that you deserve to live with. So Jay, what else should I do? You should start surrounding yourself with people. Tell the people that you're surrounded with that you no longer are going to be identifying as someone who needs to struggle. You're going to start identifying as someone who has an abundance mindset, and things in life that come at you are opportunities. And you're going to need those people in your life to get on board with that, because you can't listen to other people struggling and hard and overwhelmed and this and this and this and think you're going to be different. You're going to need to get yourself around people who believe in opportunity over overwhelm. Those people exist. I've got a great group of them in the Thrive Forever Fit program, the Wellness Lab Launchpad. Everything that we think about, no matter if our current default is overwhelmed, what we have to do is say, okay, this is how I used to think about things. How can I look at this as an opportunity? And you retrain your brain, but you do that with help. You do that with people surrounding you that believe in you, that speak differently than you, that speak with a positive, powerful language, that use positive, powerful language to answer questions, to overcome obstacles, which lead to opportunities. This is the formula, guys. It's not complex. It's almost too simple. And that's why most people won't look at it. Because what you're saying right now to yourself is, all I have to do is change the way I think. All I have to do is change the way I talk. And the short answer is yes. The next phase to that is, once you change the way you think, and once that you change the way you talk, then your actions will naturally start to evolve, and you will get a different result than you're used to getting. And then if you compound interest on top of that, meaning repeat that process over and over and over and over again, success will be yours. I wrote a whole chapter in my first book, The Overweight Mind. And the theme of it was this: there are three things more powerful than carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Basically calories, right? There are three things more powerful. And that's your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It all starts with those three things. I don't care if you want to lose weight. I don't care if you want to make $1 billion. I don't care if you want to have a loving, awesome relationship. I don't care if you want a new job. I don't care what it is. Success starts with those three things: your thoughts, your words, and your actions. And those three things have to be on repeat. You've got to get so used to reframing anything that comes at you, any overwhelm that comes at you. You've got to reframe it through the lens of opportunity. And if you'll do that, life will change exponentially for you. You'll no longer have to identify as someone that has to struggle to lose weight, that has to struggle to make money, that has to struggle to be loved, right? We will never in our lives get more than we believe we deserve. And what you deserve, what you're getting, is based on how you identify. And if you identify as someone who struggles, someone that life is hard for, you will struggle and life will be hard for you. It's simple. You can see this. It's happening to you as we speak. And so why not give it a chance? Why not give it a try? Why not change that perspective? Why not shift that default setting from overwhelm to opportunity? And here's what you do the next time. And guess what? The universe, God, is always giving you these lessons. She is always presenting you with a growth opportunity. So the next one that comes at you, and it's probably right there now, how will you respond to it? And notice I didn't say react to it, because if you react, you're going to react with overwhelm. But if you respond, that means you've given it some thought and you've processed it, and you can respond through the lens of opportunity. You can respond through the lens of, this is simply an unanswered question, and all I have to do is ask the right people the right questions, and I'm going to get the answer. That answer is then going to propel me to the next level of my life, because I've just become more knowledgeable. And now I can take that knowledge and put it into application. And that application is going to move me further in the direction of where it is that I truly want to go. And that's a beautiful thing. I'll leave you with this. I believe that every single human was put on this planet to thrive. I don't believe that anyone was put here to suffer. And I believe you can change your identity. You can change who you have always been. I have not always been someone who has an abundance level mindset. I have been probably for the last 15 plus years, maybe 20. But prior to that, I had a very overwhelmed, chaotic, destructive mindset. So I understand both sides of the coin. I truly do. And what I'm telling you today is not theory. What I'm telling you today is not something I read in a book. What I'm telling you today is not something I heard on a podcast. This is real life stuff. This is how I have changed my life. This is how I have gone from overwhelmed to opportunistic. And so if I can do it, you can do it. That's a promise. There is absolutely nothing special or unique about me. And so if you'll take this same idea, this same strategy, and you'll actually apply it. See, that's the key. Strategies, knowledge, information like this are worthless if they stay in the phase of just ingestion, right? You ingested this information today. Now you've actually got to apply it and do something with it. That's the third component, right? Thoughts, words, and action. That's the key. That's the differentiator. A lot of people will try to think differently. They'll even try to speak differently, but they won't take the actions necessary to anchor your new identity. And if you'll anchor through action, you can be, do, and have everything you desire. I truly, honestly, with all my heart, believe that. All right, guys, had to get that message out to you. Want you to win. You deserve to win. I believe in you. I know you can win. If I can do anything to be of service for you, let me know. I'm here to help. I'm unbelievably grateful and thankful that you give me the opportunity to do this, that you listen to me, that you tune into this podcast, this YouTube channel, whichever one you're listening on. I'm unbelievably blessed and grateful for that. I don't know why you listen, but you do, and I appreciate that. So thank you for that. If you know somebody else who might be a little bit wacky like us, who likes to think and talk and get new ideas like this, share the podcast with them. Let's get them here. Let's get them here. The more people we get thinking collectively with a growth and abundant and a flexed level mindset, man, the better off this world's going to be. The better off we can be, right? Love you guys. I'll be back next week with another episode. Be awesome to yourself. Be kind to each other. All right. See you soon.